Hi, Weenie. Okay, so I'm a little late to the party, okay, admittedly, but I wanted to talk about the subway fiasco, the subway gate, if you will, the subway mini arc. Phil's pathetic attempt to getting attention, to going viral, which unsurprisingly didn't happen. And now Subway has their own franchise that is rent free in Phil's mind. So let's react to some of the highlights of the entire Subway fiasco. And remember, my beautiful weenies, if you enjoy my content, feel free to like and subscribe. And let's get started. Okay, so Phil recently in his last DSP Tries It tried Subway. He didn't really want to try Subway. He initially talked a lot of shit about Subway. So let me give you a little bit of a background about the whole Subway thing. Phil lived in Connecticut in the part where an original Pete's Subs was. So, little history about Subway, if you didn't know. So, the initial name for Subway, Pete's Super Submarine Sandwiches. This name was used from 1965 until the renaming to Pete's Subway in 1968. The name Subway, as we know it today, was adopted in 1972. Last Pete's Subway was renamed to Subway around 1972-1973. Phil, as we all know, is 43 years old, which means that he was born in the year 1982. This renaming happened nearly a decade before Phil was even born. Probably before he was even thought of. Before he was even a thought. Phil used this story that his father told, but he's claiming it as his own. How he would go into Pete's Subs and they would have fresh bread and there would even be extra bread in the bag. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all all saw it. He told this whole story about how he would go to Pete's Subs. He got called out for it. Lies. All lies. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to react to him eating Subway, primarily the foot-long cookie, because he is so theatrical and animated in it, it's just annoying. We are going to react to him being called out about his lies about the story, and we're going to hear him rant just about Subway in general. It's going to be a fun time. What are your opinions about Subway, by the way? I like Subway, but you have to go there to get it, and you have to eat it, like, right away, just like any sandwich. You don't let a sandwich sit, which he not only got it delivered, he let it sit there because he had to run his mouth for another 15 minutes. So no doy. Everything was soggy and old by the time you finally ate it. You freaking moron. Anyways, I digress. He even talks about that too. Let's just watch him eat this freaking cookie, okay?
Oh, it's so dry. Oh my God. It is so dry. It's like I put a mouthful of sand in my mouth. What the? Oh. Oh my God. What is this topping that they put on the center of it? Look, is this supposed to be like cookie crumbles?
I mean, it is a cookie, Phil. And you know, like, if a cookie's dry, you just usually dunk it in milk. You know? Like, sometimes a cookie's dry, sometimes that's just how they're made. Like, I'm not standing up for Subway because, you know, not everything is going to be perfect from Subway. But, you know, Phil, some people, when they spend their money, they come up with ways to make it a little bit better. Just a thought.
It's not, it's soft. It's like the rest of it, uncooked. It's dry and unfinished. This needed, if this is supposed to be a cookie, this needed more time to solidify. Instead, it's like an insanely dry brownie. Seriously, it's so bad.
Why is he complaining about it the way he is, but he continues to eat it? I'm so confused. Like, ew, this is so bad. Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
Oh my God. Can I get some of the icing? Look, can I get any? Look, I can't get it. It's like stretchy cheese on a dessert. Oh, oh, oh my God, it's disgusting. Oh, oh.
This part just is so annoying. Like, if you've ever worked in fast food, you know that like when things like icing sit in the freezer for a long time and then they're reheated, it does, especially that kind of icing, depending on the ingredients that put in it to make it last, it more than likely is just going to be rubbery. You know, I'm sure the cookie wasn't great. I'm not saying that, oh, he's being ugly about it. It's delicious. Like, no, I'm sure it wasn't. The way that he's reacting is just so freaking stupid because he's trying to gain relevancy through this. I have to let it continue so I can make my point even further.
Oh my God, it's got the worst aftertaste ever. It tastes like a chemical. I'm not kidding you. It tastes like chemicals. That does not taste like Oreo filling. That tastes like a straight up, like someone squirted toothpaste into this. What the hell is going on? They sell this to eat? This is insane. People pay for this shit? This is disgusting.
You just paid for it. I don't understand.
This is one of the worst things. No, this is revolting. You know what? I've had it with this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing DSP Tries It for 15 years.
Oh, that's something to be so proud of. Also, why are you yelling at me? Calm your pink ass down. Your blood pressure is gonna go through the roof.
This abomination, this abortion of American cuisine, this is officially the worst thing I have ever eaten on DSP Tries It. This is absolutely disgusting. It's uncooked, dry, not chocolate chip like I ordered. It's not Oreo filling. It's like stretchy paste, caulking toothpaste. It tastes awful. It looks awful.
Caulking toothpaste. I don't know. That's freaking stupid. Didn't that one guy that all of a sudden from Kick, like that gambler on Kick, tell him to get the cookie? Because he had donated him. He's like, oh, we want you to try Subway. Get the footlong cookie. And DSP was like, nah, I don't really want to. But, you know, I will since you told me to and you gave me money. Like, what if this is like part of the whole theatrics? What if that dude told him, hey, if you act crazy about the cookie and, you know, this and that and about Subway, you know, maybe it'll get you some more views if you act crazy, talk shit about something that, you know, the normal person likes. You know, it got you some attention, Phil, but not the attention that I think that you were going for. You just made yourself look like a whiny baby. Like, I get it. Subway's not great, right? Again, Subway is not great. I don't think, like, you gotta listen to him because he's like, people have eaten this. I'm genuinely concerned about people that have eaten this. It's like, you're not concerned about nobody but yourself. Shut up.
And you want to know the worst part? This is $7. $7. Seven. The number. Oh, it's backwards. 7. No, that's back. 7. The number 7.
And you got paid $1,500 to eat this shit. So why are you complaining about the price?
That's insane. Who would eat it? Who would buy it? Why would you sell it? How could you work at the company that makes it?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the normal person that really, really needs a job to support their actual family to work at places that they might not like themselves. Feel that's kind of like a normal human thing to do. You know, sometimes you work a job that you don't particularly like or that you don't like to eat there, but you need the money, you know, because unlike your privileged ass, some people don't get a choice, Phil. Some people can't say, I don't agree with how disgusting your food is. I am just simply not going to work here. My God, how freaking idiotic can you actually be?
What is wrong with people? What is wrong with America? This is what you get. Oh, yeah, this looks good, doesn't it? What a great picture. It's disgusting. I can't believe how bad it is. This is supposed to be a cookie. It's not cooked. It's not a cookie in any way, shape, or form. Look at it. Just look at it as I stretch it. Look what happens. Look at it. Is that cookie to you?
Don't be spreading stuff like that open. Gross.
They should 100% be ashamed of themselves. They owe everyone they sell this a refund and probably a hospital visit paid for them to pump their guts afterward. Can you imagine what it'd be like if you actually ate this? How sick you'd probably get?
But like, didn't you just... Okay, Phil. Okay.
This is insane. I literally can't believe it. That's one of the worst things I've ever seen eaten for consumption or sold for consumption. I'm not even going to take that back out. I'm sorry. That's like You ever saw that old series, The Faces of Death? Like, that's one of the faces of death right there. You eat that, you're done.
Okay, but the Faces of Death was like some black market shit. I don't no. Me and my cousin, when we were like, he's a year younger than me, so I was like 6, and so he was like, no. We were a little bit older. I was maybe 8 and he was maybe 7. We found an old VHS of Faces of Death when we were real little. And so we thought it was just going to be a scary movie. We're like, yeah, we'll find it. Yeah, that's fine. We'll watch it. Popped that thing in. Traumatized. But we watched the whole thing. Like, Phil, your bad cookie is not part of the Faces of Death. That was like actual cruelty and like actual insane stuff going on in there. No. Like,
You're a goner. Bury me now. Who would eat that? What the hell, man?
well, you, apparently.
This foot-long cookie, whether it's Oreo or chocolate chip or whatever it's supposed to be, is literally the worst thing I've ever eaten on DSP Tries It. It's so bad. It's so toxic.
I mean, it takes a toxic to know a toxic, right? Saying something is toxic while being toxic is actually crazy, Phil.
It's so disgusting. I'm not even going to give it any score at all. It doesn't deserve any pointage because no human should consume this. What should happen right now is the health department should go to every Subway, storm down the doors, run right into that kitchen, and demand to see the dough and grab it and confiscate it and burn it.
This dude should really be in theater. As a theater person myself, he really should be in there because this is quite a monologue. He can monologue all day. Like, please, get on the stage, Phil. Be fake as fuck on the stage. You would do great.
That's what should happen. Humans should not ever eat this.
So you're not human. You ate it. You just ate it. I knew it. You're a fucking alien. You're a homunculus. You're grown in a fucking lab and put here as a social experiment for human beings. I knew it.
That is one of the most vile things I've ever seen in my life. Don't buy it. Don't get it. That is absolutely disgusting. If Subway actually wrote me a personal apology for how bad this is, I still wouldn't forgive them. Because how many people have eaten this?
First of all, Phil, shut up. Oh yes, everybody rallied to apologize to Phil. Even a billion-dollar franchise like freaking Subway owes Phil himself an apology. Subway is banned. Banned by DSP Gaming Real for forever.
I legit can't believe how bad this is. I was expecting bad performance. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting to go into this DSP Tries It and be like, well, I'm not impressed, right? I wasn't expecting to actually get something that I feel can hurt people. And I think that could legit hurt people if you eat it. That might actually hurt your stomach and guts. Okay? So.
You don't give a fuck about other people. You saying this and going on this whole rant right now about how you're concerned about other people's health, you're not. You're not. You're trying to gain some little teeny bitty, itty bitty sense of relevancy. Yeah, this is an attempt to gain relevancy. Because if you were to get Subway to respond back to you, you think that that'd bring you some attention. Going on a whole rant like this is not a look for a 43-year-old man. And then he's extra passionate about it because he went to the original Pete subs. It used to be so good, and now look what y'all have done to my Pete subs.
0, or maybe even negative, but I'll give it a 0 to be fair. 1, 1.5, and 2 out of 5. What great scores. By the way, you want to know the prices? $7. The cold cook combo was $10. Yes, I'm not kidding. The tuna salad was 10 and change, so probably like $10.89. And ladies and gentlemen, that hot honey chicken was $12.
I mean, Phil, that's pretty standard at this point in time. Like, what do you want them to be? Inflation. You know? It affects the normal person. You're not a normal fucking person. Like, plus, what? This is like a little bitty cut out of the $1,500 you got paid to do this for? I just can't stand when he freaking complains about the prices. And he's not doing it to like say, oh my gosh, guys, y'all are just going to be spending so much money on this. Maybe like, choose a different option. No! He's complaining because he had to spend the money. It's freaking gross.
Living next to the place Subway was founded at as an enhancement to your argument against Subway in your tweet, you weren't alive when they rebranded from Pete's Subs. Because when I went there, they still said it was Pete's Subs. On the inside, they had the original signage. They have pictures of the original store. They still treated it like the original location and had high quality food.
No, see, he's getting called out for his lies. He's like, they still said it was Pete's Subs. It's like, no, the fuck they didn't. They probably had like, because we have like a little ice cream shop in our town that's been renamed because it had like an old heritage, has been around in our town for a really long time. And they have a lot of like the old memorabilia from the original store before it got renamed, right? That's probably what they did with this Subway. It wasn't Pete's Subs, it was Subway. You were lying, Phil, about your story. Just admit it. He's like, and now he's trying to backtrack. He's like, no, they had this stuff and they still called it Pete's Subs and blah, 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 blah. No, they didn't. You're lying. You're freaking lying. Yeah, Phil, I mean, I guess, like, things back then, quality was different. A lot of things were different back then, Phil. Things change.
Didn't matter if it said Pete's Subs on the front. That's how the company started. What's your point? You have none. Thanks for the $2 tip. I'm an idiot.
What's your point? It does matter if they have it at the front. He doesn't know how to rebuttal with an argument for nothing. He doesn't know how to argue whatsoever. In his mind, he's right. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't have to explain himself. So when he does feel the need to explain himself, he doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter what it was said in the front. That's what it was. That's what we called it. It's like, okay, well, yeah, maybe locals called it that, but that's not what it was. And that's not what your story was. You said you would go to the original Pete's Subs. Like, no, I'm not even, no. You're just a liar, Phil. That's really what it comes down to. You are just a liar.
And then I got another $2 tip. Believe it or not, you're going viral on Twitter for a vicious Subway rant. Congrats. If you can make 1 or 2 changes, what would you be? Is it possible to bring back the same quality as Pete's? Well, number one, if I am going viral on Twitter, it ain't on my tweets. I never go viral on any of my stuff. It's everyone else steals my shit and reposts it in a toxic way, and that's what goes viral.
And Phil, you never go viral because you're not funny. You take yourself way too serious. Making fun of you is so much funnier. Until you learn to do that, which you never will, you're going to be miserable the rest of your little bitty life. So maybe try having fun and picking fun at yourself more often. Maybe you'll actually get some attention.
All right. But if anything, if people see the fact that Subway is absolutely freaking disgusting because of me, then I've done my job. That was so revolting yesterday. I couldn't believe it.
Dude, like, the common person knows that Subway isn't great. You didn't release any unknown information into the universe. Like, you're not that important. Not everybody is sheltered like you are, Phil. Not everybody doesn't leave their house but once a week like you, Phil. Like, everybody knows that Subway is probably, like, the bottom of the barrel when it comes to sandwich shops. No, actually, your sandwich shop is on the bottom of the barrel, okay? Subway is right above that.
All right. I really wouldn't wish that anyone eat that food because not only are you pissing your money away, you're hurting your body at the same time. All right.
I don't want to hear nothing about hurting bodies, Phil. When you're 43 years old and you look like you're 63 years old, no, sir. Start taking vitamins. Start drinking a lot of orange juice and go out in the sun more often. And quit pretending like you eat healthy when your body physically shows otherwise. I want to hear nothing about hurting bodies.
Now, if you could change anything at Subway, what would it be? It's very simple. Subway needs to actually institute standards, which they don't have. They literally say, hey, franchise, right? So you go to one franchise, and if the person who owns it is a good owner, they're likely going to be holding up to all the proper things, the quality, right? The right amount of meat on the sandwich, keeping it fresh, actually having it be delicious, as opposed to another franchise just slops it on there, old meat, old veggies, half as much as you're supposed to. Do you really believe that when you eat a tuna sub at Subway, if you eat the center of the sandwich, all you're supposed to get is veggies and bread, and all the tuna is supposed to be on one side, and it's not even enough for 2 mouthfuls? Of course not. That's not what they intend, but they don't have any quality standards that they uphold. Instead, they probably have guidelines and they never check. So they just let their franchisees do whatever they want, and then all the food is terrible quality, and it has been for over a decade. It's been that bad for a very long time, and Subway doesn't do anything about it. They just, coast, basically, I still remember when people said they tested the tuna and there was no tuna in it, and they refuted it. Oh, no, that's not true. But you're like, yeah, but we have scientific evidence. We did the fucking test. What are you talking about? So here's the thing. Maybe there's supposed to be tuna in it, but the franchise they tested didn't have tuna in it. Do you get it? But they don't. Like, they're just idiots. I don't know how you take a company that was one of the biggest, most popular in the world for food and you run it into the ground. You have to be stupid, like brain dead stupid.
Had to put my jacket on. It's a little chilly in the office today. But listen, Phil, I'm going to hit you with a small dose of reality right now. You are so disconnected from reality that you couldn't imagine a normal person working for a franchise and a corporation that couldn't give two shits about you. You need to call in sick, but they don't give you health insurance that's affordable enough, and they want you to have a sick note, but you can't get the sick note, and so you either have to come in sick, get a write-up, or get fired. You get paid next to nothing. You do not get paid enough to survive. You do not get paid enough to worry about old assholes like you, and you don't get paid enough to perfect every order that comes your way. You will never understand what it's like to be a normal person in the working market. People are miserable. People hate their jobs. People hate their lives, which I think you can relate to that part. People have to work at places that they don't like. And yes, sometimes that shows in the product that you are given from that place. You will never understand that, Phil. You'll never understand that, and you will never try to understand it. You're so stuck in your own miserable reality. If you know better, Phil, then start a franchise. Show these brain dead idiots how it's done. Ooh, run your own sandwich shop. Wouldn't that be fun? Phil subs.
Someone tipped $2 says, please don't call viewers idiots. It doesn't constitute a positive streaming environment. Well, then don't say stupid shit. Because you come on here accusatory saying dumb things about Pete subs and, oh, it wasn't called Pete subs when you started going there. Well, let's see. My dad used to go there when it was called Pete subs. He's the one that told me it was called Pete subs. He's the one who pointed out the signage on the inside that still said Pete subs, showed me the pictures that said Pete subs, told me about the quality of the original Pete subs. You know, because I have a father.
So your dad was just showing you the memorabilia that they had on the walls. But that's not the story you were telling, Phil. You were stealing your dad's story. You're trying to backtrack now and be like, no, he just showed me this stuff on the inside. That wasn't your story before, Phil, but go ahead and backtrack and keep lying to everybody so that way, you know, you make yourself feel better. Whatever makes yourself feel better, Phil, it sure enough isn't making you look better. And we all know how much you care about your image when it comes to what we think about you. And what's this comment about how you have a father? Why don't you go visit your father more often if you care that much? Go visit Dave and Linda.
But my opinion is negated because you're an idiot who has to be a naysayer to everything that I say. So how about this? If you want to come to my stream and be disrespectful and try to contradict everything I say, you're a fucking mouth-drooling moron, and I'll call you whatever the fuck I want, and you'll like it, bitch.
What a toddler. Like, I could do what I want, when I want, and you're gonna like it. Who actually talks like that? Like, you really think that you owned this person? You look like a freaking 5-year-old. Didn't get his way. They didn't get the muffin that he wanted, and so he's gonna cry to mommy. This person was just asking you not to be a jerk. And you take that as just an automatic insult because your ego is so big and is already so bruised right now that you can't take any type of criticism. You're getting called a liar, which you are. You're getting called a hypocrite, which you are. You're getting called a baby, which you are. But all you can do is say, I get to do what I want, and you're going to like it. Good comeback, Phil. Really good job.
How about that? Or if you want to come to my stream and be a respectful, nice person, and just be, oh, yeah, let's have a nice conversation and be nice to each other, then you're a cool person and come on by and you'll be treated with respect. You see, it reciprocates. It's not you come here, you treat me badly, and then you expect respect for yourself. You can go fuck yourself. Thanks.
Will they, though? You provide no respect, but you expect all the respect. You're a freaking cult leader. They have to treat you right, but you don't have to treat them right. Not only a cult leader, but you're an abusive boyfriend. This is an abusive relationship. Then the following day, more Subway talk, of course.
If a Cowboy fan says, do you think you'd have time to chill and chat on the podcast later on? Is the Subway sandwich literally the worst food you've had? Subway is the worst thing I've ever had on DSP Tries It. Sorry, it just is. The price, the flavor, the value, and the fact that stuff was wrong, stuff didn't have enough portions, the fact that the dessert was inedible, that was the worst episode of DSP Tries I've ever done by far. I mean, entertainment-wise, it was very entertaining to watch, but...
See, he was doing all that for entertainment. He saw an opportunity to cheese it up, and he did it. For entertainment purposes. It wasn't because he was worried about people's health. It was for entertainment purposes.
To eat was abysmal. That's like absolute bottom of the barrel of what you would want to eat. Out of all the things I ate, because years ago I had a salad from Wendy's that gave me the runs. Okay. But that salad actually tasted good when I ate it. Okay. I've had the Buttery Jack burger, and that was disgusting, seeping with butter. But again, it tasted good when I ate it. I've had the actual pools of coagulated grease and cheese crust, Pizza Hut pizza. And that was absolutely revolting. But still.
So, like, everything you've ever tried is gross. Your palate is so childish that you just can't handle anything, essentially. So it's not the worst thing you've tried. I'm confused. I'm confused, Phil. You're being misleading. You're manipulating the language. I really don't understand. It was a yes or no question. They didn't ask for a whole spiel about what was good, what was bad. Nobody cares. Was Subway the worst thing that you had? Yes. Moving on. But no, he's so upset about it. He's really mad that he didn't gain the relevance from it that he thought he was going to.
At least for the first cup of disgusting grease, it still tasted kind of good. The Subway tasted bad, didn't have correct portioning, was way too expensive, was unhealthy, and the dessert was absolutely deadly. I'm serious about that dessert they gave me. That I feel like if I ate that dessert, I actually would have gotten violently ill and had to go to the hospital.
But you ate it. You ate a good third of it, and you're completely fine. Being a wuss puss. It's not that serious, Phil. It's not like you ate bad ham. That would have put you in the hospital. You're talking about a dry, old cookie. Like, grow up. Like, quit being a weenie. And not even the good weenie like y'all are. A bad weenie. Yes, there's bad weenies. I know. Who would have thought?
I can't imagine that someone could actually eat that thing. That it was supposed to be a foot-long chocolate chip cookie and ended up being, a foot-long Oreo. I can't imagine you eating that and not actually getting violently ill. It was undercooked cookie dough with actual, whatever that white stuff was the consistency of caulking. Like actually stretchy, dense caulk. Can you imagine putting that into your stomach and intestines? It would probably cause a blockage. So I can't imagine
Which, again, you did. And you're still here yapping about it.
Sell it and people eat it. You know what I mean? Like, it's revolting. And then after the little bit that I did eat, because remember, I ate maybe half of the tuna sub, but it was mostly bread. I ate just under, like around a third of the cold cut combo, and I ate maybe 2/3 of the chicken sub. So I probably ate 1 6-inch and maybe a third of another 6-inch, and then like 2 bites of the cookie. That's all I had. My stomach was killing me. Like I actually had stomach problems that night.
Your stomach is very sensitive. You've admitted that before. I actually just recently watched your cup noodle video, and even in that, you're like, yeah, I'm eating this and it's not upsetting my stomach, so that's good. So you have had a sensitive stomach. I don't think that the quality of the food had anything to do with it.
When I was coming to the late stream, I was like, oh, my stomach doesn't feel good. I feel queasy. So imagine if I ate the whole thing. Vanilla cream. Davian says it was meant to be a vanilla cream on that cookie. Cream. It was you could see in the video, it stretches like cheese or paste or caulk.
He really likes to say the word caulk. He's real. That's like his favorite thing right now.
It's like liquid rubber. That's not cream. Someone had actually said that Oreo cookie was from Christmas, and they haven't sold it since Christmas. So how did I get it? How did I order the foot-long chocolate chip cookie and get an Oreo if they haven't sold the Oreo since Christmas? Are you telling me that literally sat in the refrigerator since Christmas and they gave it to me?
Yeah, that is kind of shitty on their part, I will admit. They probably like didn't have the chocolate chip and they were just trying to get rid of those, and so they just gave it to him, and so it's really old. So, I mean, shouldn't that tell you, Phil, like maybe I just got a bad batch, like they're not all like that? You know? No, that would prove him wrong. Of course, he would never admit that.
I wouldn't put it past them. I'm serious. I would not put it past a Subway franchise to feed me something that's been in a refrigerator since Christmas. I wouldn't. I bet it was in the back. And they didn't have enough of the, regular chocolate chip cookie. So we'll just give them what's in the back here. And gave me the old Oreo.
You know what's crazy? Is yes, them doing that is gross, but he would have complained if they would have told him that they were out of the cookie instead of giving him an alternative. Like, he would have complained either way.
No, that's correct, Queen of Hearts. She says, I recently saw that foot-long cookie myself, and the thought is that Subway just doesn't have a proper way to bake anything. They don't really bake their bread. They warm it up. You're right. Their ovens, all they're doing is warming pre-made bread just enough to make it rise.
Pre-made bread? Pre-made bread. So you're expecting these people to roll the dough, bake the bread, make sure that this stays risen. What? Make a damn sandwich yourself. At this point, make the damn sandwich yourself. My gosh.
That's it. The bread is already made somewhere else. And then they just warm it up. And then they slap your stuff on it and then they toast it to hide the fact that the bread is bad.
You know, Phil, you might not know, but sometimes when they get a new product, they'll buy another extra piece of equipment to cook that at the safe level. But I'm sure their ovens usually get hot enough to cook the cookie. Or to heat it up, because I think it's already pre-made. They just heat it up. You just found out yourself that the cookie was old. So that's probably why it was the way it was. So...
Yeah, Ava Cowboy fan says, maybe you just don't take this the wrong way. Maybe you attract a certain type of hard luck with things. I mean, yeah, I would say so. I would really say so.
Oh, he loves that. He loves an opportunity to be like, I'm a victim all the time. Feel sorry for me. Things go wrong for me. I have bad luck. It's totally not my own actions that cause things to happen like that. Phil is just so special. So special. He's not like other girls. That's like my favorite thing to say about him. He's such a pick-me. He is the pick-me girl final boss.
I mean, I had to eat disgusting Subway. All right, that got me almost sick. My printer died out of nowhere, even though my printer was only a year old and I've only used it basically twice to do my taxes 2 years in a row, and then it broke.
And then, yesterday, he bought a new printer and installed it right before he had to start his late stream. He was almost an hour late. He installed it to use it 2 times a year or once a year. Y'all, that threw me for a loop. Like, I think he's lying about how much he uses it. I think he uses it a lot more. Otherwise, why would he rush to install it? Why wouldn't he do that on his day off? He's probably currently, like, doing some tax stuff. So that's probably why he needed it now. Tax stuff might be getting crazy, y'all. If he had to rush and do it now, tax stuff is probably crazy.
Then my controller malfunctioned during Minecraft, and we had a big crisis there. Yeah, I would say I have some pretty hard up luck, some pretty bad luck in certain ways. In other ways, I have incredibly good luck. You know what it is? Because people have said this before, all right? It's this simple, all right? I have hard luck when it comes to things that everyone else can just do simply and easily, but I have incredible luck when it comes to things that are difficult.
Shut up. He's not like anybody else. He's his own kind of person. He is above it all. A normal person can't relate to Phil. How pick-me can you get?
So I'll play a video game, right? It's the easiest game ever, and I get stuck, and I just get destroyed by the game, and everyone laughs at me. But then I'll play an incredibly hard game that no one else can beat, and I'll just beat it easily right away.
Okay, now we're just lying.
You know? That's life for me. It's like opposite land for me. So anyone else can go to Subway, and if they order a sandwich, it's got the right meat, the right ingredients, everything's fresh. They order the foot-long cookie. They get a delicious foot-long cookie. Me, I get the absolute opposite. And you know what's actually funny? Are you ready for this? Some of the comments on the Subway DSP Tries It are something to this effect. Well, surely you know that if you want good food, you have to go there in person. What did you expect if you ordered for delivery? And I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh gosh, here he goes. defending his reasoning why he delivers. Y'all, this is so cringy.
You actually think that it's acceptable that if you order food from a restaurant, that they can give you shit because you ordered and you're not there to yell at them for doing it wrong? Are you an asshole? Are you that dense and stupid?
Are you an asshole? Are you yelling at people when you're there and they're making stuff? Have you gotten kicked out of places? Is that why you don't go up there anymore? You deliver? What's your point?
No, you should always demand quality when you pay for something. It doesn't matter if you're there to keep your eye on them to make sure they're not fucking around. They should always do it right.
Nothing but perfection for Phil. This brings me back to my point earlier that Phil will never know what it's like for a normal person to have to work at a fast food restaurant or anywhere. Not everybody is going to be in a great mood, Phil, when they have to work at a place that doesn't give two shits about them and their well-being. You'll never have to know that. So it is frustrating. It is frustrating for us all when we get stuff that's wrong, you know? And it's frustrating when you get people that are in a bad mood and treat you like shit at a place like that. You know, things like that. It's frustrating. It's a thing that a normal person goes through. But Phil is so disconnected from reality, he can't even fathom what it's like working at a place like this and why they can't provide perfection every single time. Does he not remember that robots don't work at places like this? It's human beings. Human beings with lives, feelings, hardships.
If they don't always do it right, then you have a right to criticize and call them out. The fact that you would say, oh, it's your fault because you weren't there in person, what kind of mentality have we gotten to in America? If that's really the case, in America, the land of keeping an eye on someone to make sure they don't slack off, what the fuck is that? No, absolutely not. That's not how it should be at all. It shouldn't be that you have to force people to do their job. They should just do their fucking job that they're getting paid for. Get it?
Get it? His privilege is showing. His entitlement is showing. His disconnect from reality and the real world is showing. He's the most pathetic little man. Stay in your house, Phil. Stay in your house. I don't want you out in a restaurant face to face with people because Lord knows how you are treating them. I feel like he's gotten threatened with how he's treated people before, and that's why he's scared to go out because he treats people like such shit. Like, I don't think that he's violent. I just think that he's very condescending. People don't like that shit.
If you have that mentality, you're part of the problem. Really. If you just accept mediocrity, or in this case, utter failure. If you accept it, oh, well, that's your fault because you weren't there. You're a part of the problem. You're one of the reasons why people get away with it, you stupid idiot. You should not allow them to get away with that bad stuff. You should complain. You should call them out on it. Well, again, it's what I was saying is that is the problem with franchises. With a franchise, you never know what you're going to get. No exaggeration. Where I live right now, there is one Burger King that if I go there, all right, it's terrible. It's absolutely awful quality, bottom of the barrel, garbage food. Made horribly, always made messy, wrong, terrible food. There's another Burger King in the other direction, all right? Every time I've gone there, everything's been great. Seems fresh, everything's correct, portion size is correct, everything presented well, good value, warm, just well made. Two completely different, experiences for the same exact restaurant because it's franchised out. One different franchise owner runs it differently than the other. One person takes it seriously. One person just treats it like shit. And that's what you get. That's franchisees, man.
And that's all, guys. That is it. Phil is a pathetic little man. That's the conclusion I got from this. Subway's not perfect. I like Subway, and I'll get stuff from there once in a while. If you go up there, it's good. Phil doesn't like getting called out for getting his stuff delivered and then expecting perfect quality. When you have to understand that traveling and then the heat from things just lowers the quality. That's just part of the experience, I guess. Like, this whole Subway thing is just freaking hilarious. It really exposed who he is. He exposes himself of who he is a lot, but this is like a different area. You know what I mean? But that's all, guys. I got to get out of here and get this edited and out to y'all. So let me know what y'all think about in the comments. And if you like Subway or not, let me know. And have you tried the footlong cookie? Is it good? Maybe I should try it one day. Maybe I should review it. Like, go up there and review it. I don't know. Y'all let me know. I hope that y'all have a great rest of your day, and it's almost the weekend, so have a good weekend. I love you guys so much. Bye, Weenie. Pete subs. He himself knew Pete. He himself.
I just lost 72 health to nothing. Nothing hit me. The projectile went to my left, and I jumped to go over the acid, and I just lost all my health for no reason.